Hello students, in today's class, second session of the properties of matter, we cover the concept of types of elasticity, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, modulus of rigidity, work done in stretching wire, and also some expected questions regarding this session. Before going to this session, just recall some important points which is already studied in this previous session. They are definition of elasticity. We know that elasticity, it is the property of the object by virtue of which it regains its original configurations after the removal of the deforming force. Next, elastic limit. It is the limiting value of stress within which the body is able to recover its original configuration after the removal of the deforming force. It is exist. The value of the body is unable to recall its original configuration. This limiting value of the stress, which is called as the elastic limit. Next concept is modulus of elasticity. It is simply the ratio between the stress and strain. Also we know the definition of stress and strain, where stress is the restoring force or recovering force for unit area, which is known as a stress, and also strain is the change produced in the dimension of the body under the system of the force or couple in equilibrium. This is all about the previous sessions. In today's session, go to next slide, which is the types of elasticity. Corresponding to the three types of strain, we have three types of modulus of elasticity. One, Young's modulus, second one is bulk modulus, and next one is rigidity modulus, or which is also known as a moduli of rigidity. First one is Young's modulus, which is also known as a linear elasticity or elasticity of length, which is known as a elastic or Young's modulus, which is corresponding to the linear or tensile strain. The next, bulk modulus or elasticity of volume, which is corresponding to the volume strain. The next, shearing modulus or elasticity of shape or modulus of rigidity, which is corresponding to the shear strain. Go to first one, Young's modulus. Here Young's modulus, which is the property of the material that tells us how easily it can be stretched or deformed. It is the ratio of longitudinal stress to the linear strain within the elastic limit is called as Young's modulus. Here Young's modulus is the ratio of longitudinal stress to linear strain. Then what do you mean by longitudinal stress and linear strain? Here longitudinal stress is the stress experienced by an object along its length due to the presence of equal and opposite deforming forces, which is perpendicular to the area of cross section, which is known as the longitudinal stress. The next, what do you mean by linear strain? Here linear strain, it is the ratio of the changes in the length of the body to the its initial or original length is known as a linear strain. Here Young's modulus, which is denoted by a letter, capital letter Y. Here Young's modulus, or which is also known as a elastic modulus, is the stiffness of the material, which is the stiffness of the material. In other words, it is how easily it is bended or stretched. Thus, if F be the force applied normally to a cross-sectional area A, the stress can be written as force applied to the particular area of cross-section A, and if there is a change in length L, small letter L, which is produced in the original length L, the strain is given by small letter L divided by capital letter L, so that Young's modulus can be written as Y is equal to stress divided by strain. Here stress can be written as F divided by A, and strain can be written as change in length to the original length. So small letter L divided by capital letter L. So Young's modulus Y, which is equal to F into L divided by A into L. For a wire has a area of cross section pi r square. So Young's moduli can be written as Y is equal to F into L divided by pi r square into L. Here it measures the Young's modulus. Its SI unit is Newton per meter square, because the SI unit of the strain has no unit. SI unit of the stress is Newton per meter square. That's why SI units of the Young's modulus is Newton per meter square. Its dimension is mass to the power of 1, length to the power of -1, and time to the power of -2. It measures the resistance of the material to elastic, which is deformation under the loads. A stiff material has a high Young modulus, changes its shape only slightly under elastic loads, which changes its shape only slightly under the elastic loads. For example, diamond is a stiff material, so it has a high Young's modulus. A flexible material has a low Young's modulus and changes its shape considerably. For example, rubber it shows a low Young's modulus. At the same time, diamond shows the highest Young's modulus. Also, Young's modulus of the isotropic material remains constant at all times. Example, metals, glass, polymers, etc. This shows the constant value of Young's modulus. This is all about the Young's modulus. It may ask for 2 marks, its definitions and expressions, including its definition and expressions. Go to next slide. Bulk modulus. Here bulk modulus, it is the relative changes in the volume of the body produced by a unit compressive or tensile stress acting uniformly over its surface. Here the force is applied normally and uniformly to the whole surface of the body, so that while there is a change in the volume, there is no changes in its shape. The force applied per unit area or pressure, which gives the stress, and the change per unit volume, the strain or volume strain, their ratio, which gives the bulk modulus for the body. It is usually denoted by the letter K. Thus, if F be the force applied uniformly and normally on a surface area A, the stress or pressure is F divided by A, the stress force divided by area of cross section, and pressure P. And if V be the changes in the volume which is produced in the original volume V, the strain is which can be written as change in volume to the original volume, and therefore bulk modulus K can be written as stress divided by volume strain. Stress, the formula of stress is F divided by A, then the formula of volume strain is change in volume to the original volume. So that's why K can be written as K is equal to F into V divided by A into small letter v. So here a force divided by area A can be written as pressure P. So K can be written as K is equal to P into V divided by V. Thus bulk modulus of the material, its formula is K is equal to P into V divided by V. Also, bulk modulus sometimes referred to as incompressibility. However, changes in the volume be not proportional to the stress or the applied pressure. We consider the infinitesimal changes in the volume, that is dV, for the corresponding changes in the pressure dP, so that we have K is equal to dP into V divided by V dV, which is also formula of the bulk modulus of the material for the infinitesimal changes in the volume and the corresponding changes in the pressure value dP. Here bulk modulus sometimes referred to as an incompressibility. The bulk modulus is a measure of ability of the substance to withstand changes in the volume when under the compression on all sides. It is equal to the quotient of the applied pressure by the relative deformation. Hence, its reciprocal is taken as a compressibility, it represents the strain per unit stress. The next concept, modulus of rigidity. Here modulus of rigidity, it is known as a torsion modulus. It is the measure of the rigidity of the body given by the ratio of the shearing stress to the shearing strain. Here what do you mean by shearing stress and shearing strain? Here shearing stress, if the applied force which is produces the changes in the shape of the body. Here shearing strain, the changes in the angular deformation to its original length, which is perpendicular to the axis of the body. In this case, while there is a changes in the shape of the body, there is not changes in its volume. It is indicated by the letter eta or G. Here rigidity is also called stiffness. Rigidity, also called stiffness, is a measure of elasticity and represents the material's resistance to the permanent deformation. Rigidity is measured by the finding the Young's modulus of the particular material. Here steel has the highest modulus of rigidity and rubber has the least modulus of rigidity. Here rubber which has the least moduli of rigidity value. At the same time steel or diamond which has the highest value of the modulus of rigidity. The next step, here consider a rectangular solid cube whose lower face is fixed to whose upper face is a tangential face. Lower face or DCC is fixed and to whose upper face a tangential force F is applied in the direction which is as shown in the figure. A couple so produced by this force, couple is produced by this force, an equal and opposite force coming into play, an equal and opposite force which is coming into play on the lower fixed face, which makes the layers which is parallel to the two faces move over one another. These faces move over one another such that the point A which is shifted to the A dash, at the same time point B which is shifted to the B dash, the next point D which is shifted to the D dash, the next point B which is shifted to the B dash. The line joining the two faces turn through an angle theta, which makes an angle theta due to this shifting in the position. A face ABCD, a face ABCD is then said to be sheared through an angle theta. These angles, which is in radians, through which a line originally perpendicular to the fixed face is turned, it gives the strain or shear strain or the angle of shear. And stress or tangential stress is clearly equal to the face F divided by the area of face ABBD, that is equal to force divided by area of cross section. The ratio of the tangential stress to the shear strain gives the coefficient of rigidity of the material of the body, which is denoted by the letter eta. Thus tangential stress, it can be written as F divided by A, and shearing strain, it can be written as theta is equal to L divided by L, and therefore coefficient of rigidity or modulus of rigidity of the material of the cube is given by eta is equal to F divided by A whole thing divided by theta, that is stress divided by strain. We know that stress is equal to F divided by A, and strain, it can be taken as a shearing strain, that is theta. Then substitute the value of theta in this equation, that is F divided by, that is F divided by A whole thing divided by L divided by L, where L is the change in length to the original length. So value of eta becomes F into L divided by A into L. The next concept, work done in stretching wire. Before going into work done in stretching wire, here in case modulus of rigidity and Young's modulus, then next one is bulk modulus. These three moduli of elasticity has the same SI in it and also same dimension as that of the stress. The next, work done in stretching wire. Here in physics, work is the energy transferred to or from an object, whereas the applications of the force along a displacement, whereas it is often represented as the product of force and displacement. Whenever the force is applied to increase the length of the wire, the work has to be done against the internal restoring force of the material. In order to deform a body, the work must be done by the applied force. The heat energy, the energy in the form of heat, so spent, is stored up in the body, is called as energy of the strain. When the applied forces are removed, when we apply the force to the material, at that time applied force, after some time applied forces are removed, the stress disappears, because stress is the force applied to the area of cross section. When we remove the force applied, at that time stress disappears. The energy of the strain appears as in the form of heat, because energy is given in the form of heat. Here let us consider the work done during the elongation strain or stretch a wire. Let us consider a wire of length L. Wire of length small letter L. Let F be the force applied to the wire fixed at the upper end. Then clearly for a small increase in a length dl of the wire, the work done will be equal to F into dl, and therefore during the whole stretch of the wire from 0 to L, it can be written as work done from 0th position to the one end point of the wire is taken as a 0 and other end point of the wire is taken as a L. So length of the wire L. So work done from 0 to L, which is equal to the product of the force and displacement, that is F into dl. Now Young's modulus of the material of the wire, we know that Young's modulus Y is equal to F into L divided by A into L. Therefore the force applied F can be written as Y AL divided by L, where L is the original length and L, small letter L, is the increase in length, and A is the cross sectional area of the wire, and F is the applied force for the Young's modulus of the material of the wire. Therefore work done during the stretch of wire from 0 to L is given by substitute the value of F in this equation. We get W is equal to integration from 0 to L YAL into L into DL. Here YA divided by L, which is a constant term, taken outside the integral sign. The next remaining is L into DL. So YAL, integration of L with respect to DL is L square divided by 2. So work done can be written as W is equal to 1 divided by 2 YAL divided by L into L. So we know that YAL divided by L, which is equal to F, the force applied. Substitute the value of force applied F. So W, the work done, which is equal to half into F into L, where F is the stretching force and L is the stretch produced in a wire. Then volume of the wire is, we know that length into area, it can be taken as the volume V. Work done per unit volume, that is half into F into L into 1 divided by L divided by area per volume. That's why we taken 1 over L divided by A. So half into F divided by A and L divided by L. So work done per unit volume. Here F divided by A, which is the formula of the stress, L divided by L, change in length to the original length, which is the formula of the strain. So work done per unit volume, which is taken as the half into stress into strain. It is the work done during the stretching the wire. It may ask for 4 marks. Some expected questions regarding these sessions are: first one, define Young's modulus, mention its general equation for the same. Next, define bulk modulus, mention the general expression for the same. Also define rigidity modulus, mention the general expression for the same, and also derivation of the expression of the work done in stretching a wire. It may ask for 4 marks.